一个人，一本书，一件事，一堆苹果，一双手，一片叶子，一碗面，一杯水，一节课。Are you unsure when and how to use major words in Chinese? In Chinese, major words are mainly divided into two categories, non-major words and verb major words. Non-major words are units used to quantify people or things, some of which are derived from nouns. In the last video, which talking about reduplication of nouns and major words, I mentioned that in this video I would talk about 4 types of non-major words. But due to limitations in length and time, I will only discuss the first 2 in this video, which are unit major words and collective major words. We'll first discuss non-major words and then move on to verb major words. The other 4 types of non-major words, partitive, container, metric, and ad hoc major words, will be covered in the next 2 videos. In Chinese, unit major words are used to indicate the quantity or measurements of a noun. Different unit major words are used for different nouns depending on their shape, size, or usage. For example, when referring to a single piece of fruit, you would use the unit major word 个, as in 一个苹果, meaning one apple. It is important to use the correct unit major words for each noun, as using the wrong one can lead to confusing or even change the meaning of the sentence. There are countless major words in Chinese, and here we will just introduce some of them and list some of their examples. The first one is 个, which is most common major word in Chinese. In general, if you are unsure of which unit major words to use, you can use 个, which is a catch-all unit major word that can be used for most general objects. For example, 一个人 one person, 两个苹果 two apples, 三个便当 three bento or lunch boxes, 四个蛋饼 four Taiwanese omelets. The next major word we're looking at is 科. There are 2 major words that are both pronounced as 科, but have different written forms and applications. The first one is the character 科, which is a commonly used classifier in Chinese to count small, round, and solid objects, such as fruits, seeds, pills, and small electronic devices. Look at the example. 一颗球 one ball, 两颗糖果 two pieces of candy, 三颗柳橙 three oranges, 四颗子弹 four bullets. The other major word pronounced as 科, which is used to count trees, plants, and other organisms with a trunk or stem. It is similar to the English word tree when used as a unit of measurements. Look at the example. 一棵树苗 one sapling, 两棵树 two trees, 三棵仙人掌 three cacti, 四颗向日葵 four sunflowers. The following major word is 知, which has 3 different characters, all with the same pronunciation. The first one is 知, which is used to count certain animals or objects that are singular and relatively small in size, typically animals with legs or wings, such as birds, insects, and some small mammals. For example, 一只狗 one dog, 两只老虎 two tigers, 三只猫 three cats, 四只蝴蝶 four butterflies. The major word 只 is used to count long, thin, and straight objects, such as branches, pens, pencils, chopsticks, and cigarettes. 一支笔 one pen, 两支玫瑰花 two rose stems, 三支竹子 three bamboo branches, 四支树枝 four branches. The major word 支 is used to count long, thin, and straight objects, such as cigarettes, and certain musical instruments, such as the flute or pipe. For example, 一支笛子 one flute, 两支蜡烛 two candles, 三支香烟 three cigarettes, 四支手机 four cell phones. In Chinese, collective major words are used to count groups or sets of items that are considered to be a single unit or entity, such as a flock of birds, a herd of sheep, a bundle of sticks, or a set of chairs. Nouns must be accompanied by a major word, and there are many different types of major words that are used for different categories of objects. Collective major words are used to describe groups of things or people that are considered as a unit. They are typically used with nouns that refer to living beings, such as people, animals, or insects. The major word 堆 in Chinese is used to count and quantify objects that are piled up or stacked, regardless of their shape, size, or texture. It is often used for objects that are not easily countable or are irregular in shape, such as piles of sand, rocks, or clothes. In addition, 堆 can also be used figuratively to describe a large quantity or a chaotic situation, as in 一堆问题 a heap of problems, 一堆烦恼 a pile of troubles, 一堆人 a crowd. Look at the example. 一堆沙子 a pile of sand, 一堆衣服 a pile of clothes, 一堆问题 a heap of questions, 一堆人 a lot of people or a crowd. The collective non-major word 群 is commonly used to describe a group of animals, insects, or birds. It is similar to the English word herd or flock, and is usually used with animal names. 一群绵羊 a flock of sheep, 一群人 a group of people, 一群学生 a group of students, 一群鸟 a flock of birds. The collective non-major word 副 is primarily used to describe a pair or set of things. It is commonly used for pairs of objects, especially clothing and accessories. It's worth noting that 副 is a more formal major word and is usually reserved for use in written Chinese or formal speech. In everyday conversation, people may use more colloquial major words, such as 对 or 双 to describe pairs of objects. We will introduce the usage of 双 or 对 in a moment. 一副耳环 a pair of earrings, 一副眼镜 a pair of eyeglasses, 一副手套 a set of gloves, 一副麻将牌 a set of mahjong tiles. The collective non-major word 双 is commonly used to describe a pair of things or people, similar to how the English word pair is used. 双 can be used to describe a wide range of things, such as shoes, gloves, chopsticks, eyes, ears, and hands. 一双鞋子 a pair of shoes. 一双筷子 a pair of chopsticks. 一双手 a pair of hands. 一双眼睛 a pair of eyes. In the Chinese language, the collective non-major word 对 is commonly used to indicate a pair of people who are in a relationship, such as a couple, husband and wife, or partners. 一对夫妻 a couple. 一对情侣 a couple in love. 一对姐妹 a pair of sisters. 两对双胞胎 two pairs of twins. The collective non-major word 种 is commonly used to describe a type or kind of something. It is similar to the English word species or type. 种 can be used for a wide range of things, such as plants, animals, objects, or even abstract concepts. In addition to describing a type or kind of something, 种 can also be used to count the number of different kinds of something. 一种花 a type of flower. 一种动物 a species of animal. 两种蔬菜 two types of vegetables. 三种口味 three different flavors. The collective non-major word 捆 is a relatively rare and specialized major word in Chinese. It is mainly used to describe a bundle or a bunch of objects that are tied together, typically with rope or string. 一捆麻绳 a bundle of hemp rope. 一捆毛巾 a bundle of towels. 一捆木材 a bundle of firewood. 一捆竹子 a bundle of bamboo. To learn how to use non-major words in every circumstance, watch the video several times and go over it again. If you are having trouble understanding this section, I think you'll be able to keep them under control. In the next issue, we'll go over the various uses of the non-major words. We'll introduce partitive and container major words. If you want to learn more about this issue, please follow my channel. My videos will be regularly uploaded on Wednesdays. Thank you for sticking with me all the way to the end. See you again soon.